Who called?
Yeah, and her and a woman named Nancy, I met them at Fireside. They're both married, and but they come to Manor Park every Wednesday. They do exercise and line dancing. And so I always talk to them every Wednesday. I make sure I go down, at the lower level and talk to them because they're too nice, really too nice people. In fact, Sue, I really like her, I do. But her husband has MS.
Aww.
Yeah, and he's, I think, more or less in a wheelchair, and he has oxygen.
So was this Sue person the person who told you about the trip?
Yes, told us about the trip going to Washington, D.C. for the veterans.
And how many of you from Manor Park went?
I did. The only one that was Jan Blackburn and her boyfriend Dan, but when they came, and they were told they won't be until after midnight. Well, because they got there at 8:30.
Uh-huh.
That's 3 hours, and they said,
Was there anybody from Manor Park who went along to Washington with you?
no.
No?
Oh, yeah, George Yeager.
Oh, cool.
He's the one that went with me,
Mm-hmm.
and it was great.
So tell me about it. What happened when you got to the airport when you're getting ready to leave?
Well, when we got to the airport, there was this crowd at 4:45. Marlene Yeager said, Ed, instead of leaving at 4:30, I'd like to leave at 4:45 to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay. Because, I got up at 3 o'clock. Fell asleep at 1:30, and I got up at 3 o'clock. So give me an hour and a half sleep, that's all. But as soon as the alarm went off, I was up. And I took a shower, and I even made it a little cooler to make sure I'm awake. I always do that if I get up too early. And then, naturally shave and whatever. And had a cup of coffee, and then we left at 4:15. Took a nice slow ride. She didn't take the expressway. She took Layton Avenue all the way to Howell and Howell. And when we got there 4:45, a big crowd.
Really?
At 4:45 in the morning.
Really? How many people do you think were there?
Oh, it's a hard thing for me to judge, but there were many.
Was it like 100?
Oh, easy.
Easy 100? 200?
Well, honestly, when I looked, I was stunned because I didn't think anybody that early. What stunned me more, though, was that after midnight, there was, my estimation with George was at least 500 people.
Wow. And they had a band?
Just to see us.
Was there a band, too?
Oh, there was the police band, and they were playing patriotic songs. I mean, like Anchors Away, Marine Hymn, and those. Then the Scottish group, with the bagpipe,
Mm-hmm.
they played also. They had, then there was more than this.
Was this a General Mitchell?
Yes, General Mitchell Field.
At midnight?
At midnight. Well, actually, 20 after 12.
Aww.
This crowd is still there, and they were there since 8:30, is what Sue said.
The flight was 4 hours late, right?
Yes, the flight was late.
Mm.
And so anyway, besides that, this thing extended, Karen, I kept walking, that's where all the people were, and the bands. And then they had a lineup of the sailors from Great Lakes, and they were at attention, and as soon as we walked past them, in unison, they snapped and saluted, so we saluted back, but it was done so smartly,
Mm-hmm.
And then the Army, then they had theirs, the same thing, we saluted back, because they saluted us, what do you want to do? But it was really, it was heartwarming,
Oh, that is so awesome that you got to go.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, though. There was, Barbershop Quartet also.
Really?
Yes, they were singing Anchors Away, and...
I should have given you my little camera so you could have taken pictures.
Well, George Yeager took pictures.
Did he?
I'm a lousy picture taker.
Yeah, but next year. Are you going to go next year?
Oh, no, you only go once.
Oh, you only go once?
Only go once. Then they try and get the next group of veterans that haven't gone as yet.
Now, somebody told me, one of our neighbors up the street, his uncle went, and...
Did he go on yesterday?
Yeah. Stan, actually, our neighbor, said that he was waiting at the airport for 4 hours because the flight was late.
Yes.
But his brother has, or his uncle has dementia, and they were afraid that when he went, he wouldn't remember anybody or like even know why he was there.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, it triggered all good memories for
Oh,
him,
they
and
said
he
that'll do
did. He did have memories of
Oh.
everything, and it was just a really good
Oh.
thing for him. But Stan said that last year there were 1,000 World War II vets
It could have been.
that showed up, and this year there was only 700.
Yeah, and on our plane it was 200.
So do they tell you how many? I wonder how many World War II vets there are.
Well, naturally, because it was a big war, there were many, but many have died.
Right.
And that's why they're hoping to get as many of the ones that are still living.
Well, you were a young.
Yeah, when I graduated from high school, I right away enlisted. I went to the Navy.
Were you 18?
Yeah, 17, going on
17.
I forged my dad's name. You had to have parents' permission.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but Dad knew that though.
Yeah.
And I enlisted Navy,
Yep.
and yeah. So anyway, in the morning, there was young people playing violins. There must have been about either, to take a wild guess, from 12 to 15 violin, and they two patriotic song. That means they had to get up early to be. They were there when we came, so they must have been
Aw.
there early, and they were playing, and everything was so. I can't believe it.
Do you know what the name of the group is that does
No.
this every year?
Oh, no, I don't. 'Cause I
You don't know
that
who organizes
Wisconsin
it?
Electric is the one that paid for it. because
Aw.
When we have, this trip, honor flight trip,
Mm-hmm.
it's got WE Wisconsin Electric.
Did they give you a shirt?
Yeah, they gave me a shirt. Short
Aw.
sleeve, brand new short sleeve shirt.
And did y'all wear them?
Oh yes, they told us to wear it,
Aw.
and it fit perfect. And one day I'm going to bring it here, bring it.
Why wouldn't you wear it as a regular shirt?
Yes, why not?
Yeah, I would wear it proudly. You should wear that
Yes.
around Manor Park.
Oh, well, I plan on doing that.
Yeah, you'll get some ladies' attention.
Well, the one that Sue is the one I would. Her and Nancy. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah.
And she for some reason she calls me. She'll send me a card or a letter. It's a card, but it's like a letter written in there to make sure that I'm going, and we keep in contact that way. And when she comes to Manor Park every Wednesday to do her line dancing and everything, I make it a point to go down on a lower level. Because I get my coffee at the country store. The country store is right there.
That's so cool that she made sure that you got to go on this
Oh
trip.
yeah, she checks on it all the time, and I guess because her husband can't go, he's got MS and takes oxygen.